Morning everyone, going to be a good day today. I'm going to be looking at the visualizations for the tech startup, sucking in the data, that's really exciting. Got an awesome podcast session with Paul Spencer of Good Vibes Marketing. Definitely check him out, super nice guy. I've only met him on social media, but he works, does bits and pieces with my wife, so I've heard very good things about him. And really excited to hear his story. I think I might have said yesterday on yesterday's daily, Sir Sterling Moss, so I'm going to find out a bit more about that, so that's interesting. And what else have we got? We've got I'm going to be running through the idea for the growth strategy for Barr Financial. So that's going to be quite exciting and get some feedback on that before we start implementing and moving that forward. So join me and it's going to be a good day. So let's go and find out what's going to happen next. Just seeing Will. I think Will is in the town. We're going to get a breakfast and seeing if Will is up for a fry-up Friday.
Hello.
Hello, Will.
Hello, how are you?
Hello, mate. You right?
Yeah, not too bad. How are you?
Good. Settling in?
Yeah, it's lovely.
Awesome.
Oh, nice and warm there, isn't it?
It is. How's it all going, mate?
Yeah, just doing some replying to emails and everything.
Cool.
Good to see you.
It's Friday.
I saw.
So
I was waiting to see what happens with all that.
So if you fancy it,
Yeah,
Rachel's going to do a run.
Yeah, definitely.
This Will.
Hello, good to meet you.
JP's joining us for a fry-up.
Fine.
Can't say no,
Yeah, you up for it?
Yeah, definitely. What?
Cash or card? Just give it to Rachel. She's
I've
upstairs.
got a card, yeah.
Awesome. She can just.
Yeah, contactless.
Yeah.
Cool, yeah.
Awesome.
I'll be up in just a second. I'll
Cool.
just finish setting what I'm doing now and I'll pop on up.
So just with Will, we're just trying to figure out this new camera. Well, actually, it's not a new camera. I was just saying I bought this camera years ago from my wife, and she never really used it. So I'm just going to pinch it. We're just trying to get it all set up for the podcast session with Paul Spencer at Good Vibes Marketing. We're going to actually try and film it. You can see the other camera there with Will's. We're going to try and just get a couple of angles and just get it all set up for when Paul comes in any minute now. So should be interesting.
Hopefully, what would be great is if we could still use it while it's charging. That means we could just put your laptop on the side with it, and then it would film.
Yeah, good shout, because we could actually put it over there, couldn't we?
Yeah. If you had that angle, well, now we can have the laptop there as well, which would work quite well. What else we could do is just set the camera up and film the podcast. Change the angles a couple of times after we finish. Take a few photos because you don't even need like 3, 4, I'd imagine.
Yeah. No, I think that's a good idea.
That can be done.
But I've listened to all of them.
Paul Spencer, Good Vibes Marketing, just arrived.
Yo.
Check him out. Saying, so we haven't actually met, have we? Like
No.
in person, and it's really like it's like
Yeah.
a virtual relationship.
I know, literally, that's the thing. When you see people on, when you listen to people on podcasts and you see people on live Instagram and things, you just feel like you know them,
You
don't
do.
after a period of time. So.
And I think that's the power,
Yeah.
if I'm honest with you. It's almost like the 21st century network.
That's
You
it,
can
yeah.
Connect with
There's a
people
lot you
with
can
who you
do.
want to connect with.
Yeah, and it's kind of real, isn't it? I think what you're doing when you're kind of in your car and things like that, it's kind of like just your thoughts there and then, aren't they? It's very natural, it's not scripted, and it's kind of natural. I think that counts for a lot these days.
And sometimes I do gibber on about shit, so. But like you said, that's the reality. That's the reality.
Yeah, absolutely. I did see you up at 1:30 in the morning the other morning.
I think it was another 2:30 night at the end. The next night as well. It's ridiculous, but I'm getting there. I mean, that's a whole nother story with my data issue. But that's why. Just that is still plugged in, as you guys know who've been watching. I'm still transferring data, so it's crazy, huh? So wicked. And all right. Well, Will's just helping us get set up. I'm gonna try and get a few angles. Will's gonna probably grab some pictures.
We look at Instagram with the stories. Yeah. And it's live features taken straight from Snapchat.
Yeah, you know what? Snapchat. I tried to get to know that, and I really struggled. But I find the stories. I find the stories like on Instagram like really easy and nice.
I struggle to see Snapchat as like a business platform. It's more of an actual social friend-to-friend connection. So it doesn't have the features.
That's just gone off.
I haven't started recording this, so I'm good to go.
Oh, right.
Whenever you're ready to live stream, we should.
We're just gonna kick off. We'll get everything set up here. We've got a camera there. We've got a camera there. Camera there. I've done that without moving my hand. Isn't that cool? Right there, and then try then. It's quite hard to do this. Plugged in. Let's do it. Right. See you on the other side. Yeah, it was good.
How long was that?
It was 1 hour and I think it was 6 minutes.
That's a long podcast, isn't it? Well, you get edited down a bit and stuff, don't you?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Part of the reason is because I use this Anchor app, which is definitely worth checking out.
Yes, yeah, I download them.
Even if it's not to do podcasts, it's actually really good to there's lots of stations and people you can listen to and stuff like that. So the Anchor app used to be able to edit.
Right.
You used to be able to like move the segments and just clip bits.
Yeah.
Now they've just changed it, and there's a lot of good analytics on it and more insights. But I can't figure out whether you can actually. It doesn't seem as though you can edit. So literally, it is the whole. You put intros at the beginning and closes at the end, like that, and you can do like chuck in little segments or sequence musics or things like that.
Yeah.
But I can't figure out, and I don't think you can now edit the actual clips. At the moment, I'm just using that for my podcast because it's quite easy. Because I think doing podcasts is quite technical, or there's a lot of software you need.
There's a guy I know who he's a videographer. He's BBC trained, a guy called Dave Harries. He runs a company called Communicate TV. But he's starting to sort of branch into podcasts as well. I think he's invested in quite a lot of kit, and he does a lot of editing around it. They're quite not polished, but yeah, he's still quite natural.
These aren't polished at all.
But yeah, I think there are degrees of.
We can work on it one day. Over time, we'll get better, right?
Then, actually, I forgot we were live then. So, but yeah,
we're not live. It's alright. It's a recording.
Not live,
but it probably will still go as it is. Well, the podcast isn't live. The podcast is finished.
Exactly.
So this is back on the daily.
On the daily, okay, yeah. I think I saw your clip of when your phone fell off your dashboard, and you sort of made that point of like you haven't got the kit, But we're talking.
You wouldn't believe it's like an ongoing joke. Constantly, like pretty much every day, every time I film it in the car, it flies off. It's like fucking phone.
Where do you position it?
There's Will over there.
I'm behind the scenes.
It's good. It's definitely worth checking out the Anchor app, but it will be pretty much that'll be it. There's not going to be. I think some podcasts, I think some are short and some are long, and I think maybe people just have to listen to it, dive in, dive out when they can.
I think so. I think that's the beauty of it, isn't it? Like I was listening to a few of yours this morning. I didn't finish them, but it automatically just stops where you are, so I can go back this evening and carry on listening where I left off. So
I think podcasts are amazing because it's like listening to a radio show, but actually live radio. If you walk out of the room, you've lost it.
Yeah. I think for a lot of people that do commute into work and they've got an hour's commute and it's just they've got something audio.
Driving, it's amazing.
Yeah.
So I think podcasts are going to get big.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, all the years I used to, drive from Bideford. I spent 11 years driving from Bideford to Tiverton every day. And I would have loved to have had podcasts to start. I gradually got into like audio books and stuff like that a little bit, but otherwise I was just driving to listen to music. It's like an hour, 2 hours of your day. You're not really doing it.
My arm's getting tired, guys. Hey, what? Seriously, I need to work on the arm muscles.
Keep swapping arms.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
A good exercise.
It is good exercise. So, did you manage to finish your tea?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you want your tea?
Yeah.
Do you want another one?
No, I
You need to get back to work, don't you?
I need to probably do a bit more work today at some point, but I could have another quick tea if you have one, and I'll shoot off and let you get.
Have a quick tea.
Get back to
Let
work.
you out and rest my arm.
Excellent, that's good view.
It's
Still the daily.
Still the daily. I do edit the daily.
Yeah.
But again, I need to look at. I'm gonna look at some software that you've got actually.
Yes, we'll do that after.
If you go in, even if you take a photo, then going back into your photos, it syncs with your iCloud. I think it just kills your data, doesn't it?
Literally, and I learned this from the guys at I think it was Go Mobile. I got my mobile phone sorted out.
Yeah.
And that's on I think daily 15 or I can't remember.
I saw that. I see most of your dailies.
Thank you. But they were brilliant, and Speedy up there and Chris are super nice guys.
Okay.
Amazing service. Why everyone doesn't just use those guys instead of going direct, I do not know. But the point
to know.
It is, and the thing is, you always know that if you've got a problem, you can go and pick their brains.
Yeah.
But what they offer is that whole other layer of knowledge, which I didn't know. And what they shared with me was basically every time you take a picture, do a video, it not only uploads that to the clouds, the whole cloud is checked.
Yeah.
So if you've got
exactly. It's
thousands of pictures of videos, literally it has to go through every single one, not just that latest one. Indeed. Which is why it takes so long. I think it's like all these things, though, isn't it? When you first start doing something, it's all those teething problems.
Is there anyone like around, almost as a freelancer or when you're starting a new business from scratch, you almost want someone locally that can kind of say, this is like the ideal blueprint. Any small problem, you'll be like, upstairs getting stuff. When you're at home,
you are the IT guy,
which is not good for me.
Yeah. Well, you're right there. You've got to fix the problem, whatever that problem is.
Yeah.
It's like on you, isn't it?
Totally.
T's coming.
Yeah, I was going to ask John and.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna
probably still got a bit of work before the end of the week.
Yeah, I've got a lot of work to do. But I'm going to eat my fry because. Yeah. For those that don't know, we do Friday, and it came just as you arrived, and I thought I can't eat it in front of you. That's really rude.
Yeah. No, but one thing I would like to point out for the daily is where's my fry up? Because you said I had an early lunch. I'm fine. You enjoy it. You're bigger than me, so you need
it's got all cold now, probably.
Oh, yeah. You got my point?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to be a manky, isn't it?
That's rubbery.
And for those that don't know, we got Wetherspoons literally right next door to us, so we're really fortunate. That's why we do Friday. And they let us bring the plates back. How cool was that?
It's dangerous.
We went next door for a beer during the day because
everyone was right. No one was leaving for a pint. I was like,
everyone was getting really stressed about just stuff. So I said, "Come on, let's go down and pint." And the sun was shining.
Yeah, nice.
So it was just quick, half an hour at the office.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's nice. So I've got to shoot off.
They just go short, don't they?
Yeah, if you
do school runs.
And if you do both, it's pretty much half a day. But
I know it's true. It's hard.
But yeah,
I used to go to Institute school.
Did you go to school?
Yeah.
It's nice little. It's a really nice little school. Yeah, it's still that kind of small village school, so the class sizes are still 20 odd kids. See from the playground.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different to my primary school in Derby, put it that way. Derby's still lovely with the Peak District and loads of hiking. You've got mountains and it's beautiful.
You know what? It's crazy. I've been all around the world. Australia, Southeast Asia, Europe, America. Yeah. I mean, there's lots of places I haven't been to, but there's lots of more places I'd love to go and visit. But in my own country, there's loads of places I've never been to. And I'm sure it's the same with lots of people. But it's
definitely.
Madness, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it is, isn't it? I think I'm the same, really. I was on a call with someone the other day who was talking about Brighton, and I've travelled loads in the UK as well as overseas, but I've never been to Brighton ever. I was like, that's strange.
Yeah. But it's strange, but it's sort of normal as well because
if you've got no reason to sort of go there, I guess.
I'm sure everyone's the same. Tell me if not, but
Coventry, Sheffield, you've got this sort of nucleus of business, and I think now, obviously, the business opportunities around there.
And, absolutely, there's always a choice to be made.
Yeah,
that's the reality. Yeah. I absolutely love it. And I want to, genuinely, I want to help businesses here be better and succeed more and create more opportunities for more people here.
Definitely.
Because there's hardly any opportunities for young people in this area with a tech startup, and potentially that could be quite big. And I think I would love to be able to have the main office here and actually employ people here.
It was like a given in my head that I wasn't going to stay in Cornwall. There was no way that I would stay in Cornwall and work and find work.
As soon as I hit 18, I was out there. There's not often many opportunities here. So I think the thing will be is whether the infrastructure is going to allow me to do what I see. In all honesty, I could be a one-man band and right now be wealthier than I am now. But at the moment, I'm chucking everything into my businesses.
Right, yeah.
Because I've got that ambition. But
in a few years, I might take on an employee or two. If I took on a couple of employees and they were relatively young, out of college here, and I actually, gave them experience that they otherwise wouldn't have had in Bedford, that would be a huge.
That would be amazing. Yeah. And that's what it's all about as well. I think giving young people those opportunities. Actually, something I've done is the apprenticeship framework.
Right, of course.
And I think it's amazing. And that's why I did that pet shop thing, because I want to support them and Marie, who does it at pet shop, the apprenticeship framework.
Really?
She invited me along, so that's how I sort of knew her. But I think it's amazing. I think, there just needs to be that done at scale to make an impact.
Definitely.
And it's challenging for any small business that's growing to be able to have that impact.
It is.
Even though we want to. It will take time.
Yeah. And it's sort of tapping into that sort of knowledge, isn't it, in the area as well. And I spoke to someone the other day about, even if you just take freelancers, and guys like yourself, Roy, there's so much talent, you know, a lot of it's relatively unknown, and you don't necessarily know these people, but there's a huge pool of talent out in North Devon, just in Bideford.
100% that people have really good talent, but they should try and pursue it if it's their passion and they're talented, but they're driven. A lot of young people are driven to not do that because it's not what is considered the best path. Like you always push through college to university. Yeah. If you've got a talent, I think you should try and pursue it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's time consuming.
Yeah.
I think it's about trying to, like right now, I'm just, I'm not spending extra time doing it, because we're talking now.
Yeah.
So I'm not sort of spending extra time doing stuff, I'm just like trying to capture the moment.
Yeah. And we're cutting, it's been 2 hours, we've covered like loads actually in that time. So you can get a lot of stuff covered, can't you?
And genuinely, like these business meetings, it's about hopefully trying to give a platform for you as well.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah.
To like help you, because I think all of us in business, we're all on that journey.
Yeah.
And it's hard.
Yeah.
So I think that's support.
And actually, we didn't talk about it, but that local aspect of working with local people, is really important, isn't it? So like, if I can, I'm sure I will come to you for financial advice at some point. If I can help you from a market perspective, I was talking to Tal about working with Will yesterday on some of Laura's website stuff and that. So it all kind of works, doesn't it? In terms of like, hopefully.
Yeah. I'm a big believer in sort of giving, really, because I think it's just, and genuinely I find it interesting.
Yeah.
I find it actually talking about people's stories and business. I find talking about business so fascinating.
Yeah.
It's like, I always want to talk about the mechanics and the intricacies. I want to learn more about that whole that thing that you did when you sort of helped transform a whole culture in a business. I mean, the mechanics of that must have been phenomenal.
Yeah, I think I could talk forever on it, really.
Yeah, but it's like
a lot of detail. But
So I personally find it really interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people probably find it dull as shit.
Yeah, I'm like that, and I'm finding like, that perception of kind of what I do really varies, and like, I can be sitting in front of someone that basically just wants me to design a flyer for them. It's not really ultimately my sweet spot, but I'm starting to interrogate them around their business. I met this lady in Barnsley who was selling a massage business, and I was more interested in the model and the pricing and what our competitors do. She just wanted to talk to me about design a flyer. I don't think I even spoke. We didn't even talk about a flyer in the hour that I was talking to her. By the end, I think her brain was frazzled because I was like, you need to charge this, you need to think about your margins, you need to think about your car,
Who's your target audience?
Yeah, I was getting
what do they look like?
And she's like, I just want to give people massages.
I don't know.
Do you know what I mean?
I just want to give people a massage. Fair enough. But yeah, it's interesting. It is interesting. But no, it is time consuming. I'm trying to. It's like the thing is, the biggest thing I'm finding is this whole issue with the data and transferring it and to be able to edit it.
It's so much.
And I think it's like anything new. When you start doing it, it's really inefficient. So I think over time I'll get more efficient and more quicker. But in terms of creating the content, this is like I said, it's easy. It's you just literally do stuff and talk.
And I mean, that's, coming back to things like Instagram, that's just how accessible it is now. Everything's just on mobile phones. And the quality is good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, it's not the same as a video camera, but it's still a decent quality, isn't it?
I was going to say, if, you were saying earlier about the frustrations of working from home, if you want to, do a similar setup to Will, but Will's like helping me out.
Yeah.
Free. Yeah, I'm not charging you rent. But you're helping me with the time and skills, and you're gonna help me sort of grow the Instagram. If you want to do something similar,
I'd be open to it. Be able to talk about it.
I do need help.
No, absolutely. We could talk about it. I mean, it's funny at the moment. We've got this it's quite a long space. Like the owners of the house previously, basically, I think it was like a bedroom and a dining room, and they knocked through. Like downstairs, they had a downstairs bedroom, and. But now, one half of it's office, and the other half, we haven't got a dining room at all, we made it into a playroom, and it's just a mess of toys.
Go on, sit down. So I'm going to eat my fryer, please. This fryer is cold, but
I'm in the process of redesigning this office area, and I'm trying to almost create this little mini open plan office where I've got the dividers that you'd get. So I've got my wife's area and my area.
I'm just going to stuff my face, I'll see you in a minute.
My space, which is minimalist and tidy. And all her shit is hidden. And it's as much for my own sanity.
But it's your space though, isn't it?
Yeah.
And when you're working from home, you need your own space.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing I shot, because my main office area was my bedroom.
Yeah.
I turn around and my bed's there. Like I can't get away from that.
Do you know what? I do it though. Even if I've got like a bed. Sometimes I just like. I find myself like we've got a settee a bit like that in our bedroom, and I go and sit on or I've sat on my daughter's bed. Like, I was like, what am I doing? It's not ideal, but
yeah. My girlfriend lives with me, and she's sat on the bed half the time as well. It's just.
Yeah, and I think like I found like with Skype, I think Skype calls. Like if you're on a, I've been on a couple
on your daughter's bed having a Skype meeting.
Yeah, well, I've got like
in your pajamas.
Elsa and Anna behind me on the wall on wallpaper. No, I haven't actually done that, but yeah.
But you're conscious of not doing that, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, like I had this call with this business in New Zealand a couple of weeks ago, and there could be a top client, and they're quite. I mean, they're very professional, and I was in front of a CEO of a decent sized business, and I thought, shit, it's a video call. Like, what am I going to, and I needed, and I did have to go and borrow someone's office for that. Because I thought, no, I cannot be at home. My son was at home at the time, so I thought, I'm not going to do what that guy did on BBC, where his son walks in.
That was brilliant. I loved that.
Yeah.
That was such a classic.
I know the video.
And he just kept on carrying on as though nothing had happened.
And then the other
just
one
crawling along.
Yeah, it was so funny.
That was amazing.
Yeah. But the irony of it is when I actually got onto this call with these guys in New Zealand, one guy was in office and this lady was actually at home eating some toast. And in fact, New Zealanders are well laid back actually, so they're not that. It wasn't too much of a problem.
Like the Aussies.
They're well laid. There's a really nice working sort of dynamic in a place like New Zealand and Australia, I think.
Actually, their culture is very much about the whole sort of life outside of work culture. Outside lifestyle, getting down the beach, having a barbie, catching up with mates, friends, neighbours, all the rest of it. It's a lovely culture, lovely place to live.
Yeah.
I was there for a year and just loved it.
I've never been.
We almost emigrated.
Did you?
Well, we had the visa.
Did you? Yeah.
What stopped you?
Well, that's another story. Got time? Basically,
are you filming?
Just to cut it short, Tab's obviously being a graphic designer. She had the visa, and obviously, I'm the spouse. But we'd applied a few years ago, before we started to think about having a family. Actually, before we even were married. Might have been before we got married. Or close to that period of time. So, because the visa process takes for years.
Yeah.
And by the time the visa came through, we were married, and Tab was pregnant with our first one.
Right. Yeah.
So, and also I was about to start the business.
Right.
So it was, or maybe I had just started it. I might have just started it, or maybe about to. I can't remember. So it was just really bad timing.
Yeah.
We were really. So we went out there to do like a recce.
Yeah, brilliant.
Which was again amazing. What was really interesting was we would have had to live in Adelaide because they restrict where you can be. So you can go to Sydney or you can go wherever. But because they put you where the work is required within the country.
Like your skills and stuff like that.
Yeah. So, and excuse me.
Yeah, you're not going to get much of your fire, Peter, are you?
But was our impression of Adelaide was from when we went travelling, which was sleepy, a bit rubbish, small, not that very exciting. And but when we actually went there and got under the surface of the place, we absolutely loved the place.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I guess you're looking at it from a different perspective.
Where is Adelaide, like?
South Australia.
South. How far is it from Sydney? Where everything's like a day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, yeah. There you go. So yeah, you would be living there. You're not. You wouldn't. Oh, let's pop. Go to Sydney for a shopping spree. You'd be mission to. It'd be like flying to Europe or something like that. Yeah. So yeah, but we found Adelaide. It was amazing. And when you got under the surface of it, it was such a lovely, lovely place. Right. Great place to have a family. Beautiful beaches, great people.
Nice.
Just it's interesting when you dig beneath the surface of a place. When your first impressions are not very good, and actually why you go, wow, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And what was really interesting, then we went to Sydney, where we both loved, and we were both like, ooh, don't want to be living here.
It's a big city.
Don't want to be living here. It's like, it's just big and smelly and just grotty, really.
Really.
Yeah. It's just really weird how our perceptions have changed and how, experience, had changed.
Well, Laura's sister and her husband, they my brother-in-law, they lived in Sydney for 7 years, 8 years. They've been back now about 18 months maybe. So, but they got the visa, so they completely got set up there. And my sister-in-law.
So they actually did it.
They did it, yeah. So my sister-in-law actually went travelling on her own for a bit, but was with this guy, Andy, and then I think he went over there. He was working for Price Waterhouse. He's a really clever guy as an analyst. So he was working up in Nottingham, and they kind of got set up in Nottingham, but they had this sort of desire to go back to Oz. And she was a pharmacist working in a hospital, so she had a skill that they were desperate for. So it was relatively easy for her, and he got a transfer with Price Waterhouse. So the next thing, they ended up in Sydney. And I think it took them about 5 years to get citizenship, 5-6 years to get citizenship. Took them like 5-6 years to generate enough money to actually buy a house, because like literally every house is pretty much you need £1 million. Well, you need to be able to get a mortgage for £1 million to get any half decent house. They're in Sydney, they're in Manly, and so £1 million would not even get them a particularly great house. That was like entry level. That was like insane.
It's insane.
It's ridiculous. So they eventually got to the point where they could get this house, and they'd had their first child. And in that time as well, he'd been this is how kind of clever this chap is. He'd been headhunted by Google in Sydney. So he then transferred from Price Waterhouse to Google as a senior analyst. And then he just got, about 18 months ago, he got transferred back to, he's from London anyway, but he got transferred back to London. So they've just moved back. And they got two
so he got transferred by Google back to London?
Yeah, and it was a big step up in salary and all that. And I think it was a really big thing. I mean, they really got into the Sydney life, and they were living in Manly, so they would both basically their commute to work was like they'd walk along the beach, along this promenade, they'd get the ferry across to Sydney. And in the summer,
I used to live in Balmain, which is nearby, the other side, I think.
I mean, in the summer they would take their swimming stuff and they would have a swim before and after work, just have a little dip.
I know, it's crazy, amazing lifestyle.
Yeah, amazing.
So they left not because they didn't like it.
No, they love it, and I think they probably still. I mean, definitely, my sister-in-law still really wants to be back there. I think, because she's now living in Hertfordshire, somewhere near Bishop Stortford, which is a little bit different.
I'm sure that's a lovely place, but
I'm sure it's still nice around there.
But it's not Manly, is it?
No.
And go for a swim after work in the warm sea.
I think he's a big Spurs fan, and he's a Londoner, and I think even though he loved it, I think he was still quite keen to be back in like London life. And obviously.
So just wrapping it up, Paul's about to leave. Paul, thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks Ben.
Awesome.
Really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Good afternoon. Thank you.
Definitely.
Good stuff.
So we'll catch you guys on the other side. Awesome day. Had an amazing podcast session with Paul Spence of Good Vibes Marketing. Check him out. Podcast is coming out probably next week now, and we videoed it, so that's going to be coming out shortly as well. So check it out. Check out Good Vibes Marketing. Guys, I am super stoked to finally get the podcast session I had with Martin Dorey just published literally right this second, and so chuffed with it because, in all honesty, you know what, I had so much fun with Martin, hanging out with him and chatting to him, and just talking about his journey, his story. I mean, this guy, if you haven't checked Martin Dorey out, he's true inspiration. He's trying to change the world in terms of cleaning up our beaches, and what he's doing is phenomenal. So please, I beg you, check him out. Podcast session is funny. It's we just had a crack, we had a riot. So definitely check it out. Right, guys, had a really good meeting with Lauren, talking about business plans for Barr Financial in terms of our growth strategy. and just shared with her sort of what I was going through. So I'm just checking myself out because I'm trying to leave the office. And I'm going away this weekend. It's a friend's 40th. Really looking forward to it. It's going to be good fun. It's up in Nottingham, so I'm not sure what the weather's going to be like. Apparently, there's a storm brewing, and we'll see if I get caught in it. So let's hope not. But anyway, forget that. Yeah, had a really good business meeting with Lauren, running through the strategy, the ideas, the plans, very early stages. You know, it was something I've been shaping and mapping because it's so different and quite radical from what the industry does. It was very much sort of high level perspective, and I know Lauren was getting right down to the detail. I said, okay, what about this issue? What about this issue? And they're all really important. They really are, because being in such a tightly regulated industry, you've got to have really tight, close oversight. And it's a lot more challenging than running most other businesses, because I can't describe, for those of you who aren't in financial services, I'm just trying to pack up and talk at the same time, how tightly regulated we are. I mean, it is just nuts. But actually, I think it's really good, because what it means is it creates a real professionalism within our industry, and it means you don't have cowboys and all the rest of it in our industry, which there used to be. Now, it's funny, I've talked about this before actually. I talk about out there in the real world with every type of industry, it's a little bit like the Wild West, where people can just do what they want really without a huge amount of oversight. But in our industry, there's just tons. Anyway, getting off a tangent there, but the point is this: there needs to be a lot more detailed thinking in terms of the mechanics, the nitty-gritty of, okay, that's all well and good, great ideas, but how do we deal with this and this? So that's where we're at. So I was quite pleased to get that positive feedback from her. And yeah, so the next phase is really going into a lot more detail, lot more detail. So that's where we're at. Really excited about that. Like I said, I'm just packing up now. And I've got to literally drive, like I said, to Nottingham. So what else? Yeah, so just a really cracking day. Like I just said, earlier I got the podcast session out with Martin Dorey. Check it out, it's awesome. And had an actual live podcast session with Paul Spencer, Good Vibes Marketing again. Yeah. In all honesty, guys, I'm loving these podcast sessions. They are... It's a really bad light here, isn't it? Does that work? No. They are... God, shit, lights everywhere. They're just so much fun. I mean, genuinely, it's fascinating hearing about businesses. So, I'm learning something all the time by talking to these guys. And, some of them have been in business for a while. Some are just starting out, literally. So, it's really fascinating. I really hope that, listen to anyone out there who's thinking about doing a business, starting a business, in business, whatever. If you want to come and talk about business, give me a shout. We'll hook up and we'll just make it happen. We'll get a podcast session. Don't have to be in person. It could be over the Anchor app. Check it out if you haven't already. So, yeah, it was awesome. Hey, by the way, if you've ever seen these videos before and you look at the clock saying, is that really the time? Is that 5:15? I talk about priorities, and for me, putting a battery in a clock isn't my major priority, hence it's not working. So I just focus try to focus on what's actually mission critical. Again, it's one of those little jobs, no one else is going to do it, so at some point I'll have to get around to it. So just locking up the office, got to get going, and I'm going to actually say goodbye, because I'm not going to vlog in the car, because I'm just going to, listen to some other podcasts, listen to some other podcasters on the drive. Because there's some, honestly guys, if you haven't checked out the podcast yet, you need to. There's some great stuff out there, so that's what I'm going to do. So I'll say goodbye, au revoir, and I'll see you on the other side. Subscribe, be amazing, and I'll catch you guys soon.